Bases loaded for Trenton. Cote awaiting the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball roped back out in center field. It's down for a base hit. Straker picks it up. Manto holding the runner Landry at third base. Amir Wright comes home to score. The bases remain loaded on the RBI single from Chris Cote. Tyler Locks comes set. Pitch on the way. It's lifted out towards left field. Going to be down for a base hit again. Rampone chasing after it. Coming around to score is Landry. Pulling into second base DeSantolo. And on the single from Chris Cote, Trenton has cut the lead in half. It's a 2-1 ball game now.
Welcome, everybody. Jersey Baseball Show. We are here with Mr. Jersey, Mr. Mercer County on today's special edition. Chris Cote, College of New Jersey. Lots of great stories to tell us. And certainly is an exciting story of Chris over the summer. But we've known Chris for a long time, dating back to Steinert High School, post 31, the battles with Hopewell, post 339 is a couple of years at Mercer County Community College and the journey to TCNJ. And welcome, Chris, and thanks for taking a few moments here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ulsh. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to come and chat a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's first of all get everybody up to date. You are only seems like you're in your 30s now, right?
Yeah.
You're in a big role for so long, but you're taking your fifth year, your COVID year to keep playing at TCNJ. And on the academic side, tell us what the plan is right now.
Yeah, just keep grinding. I'm studying marketing and just hanging in there, man. It's been a heck of a ride, but still going, and just excited to be back. I'll tell you what, yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm sure just back to, not that we didn't mind and we didn't have fun doing the summer and the fall Sandlot last year, but it had to feel good to have a real fall season with the guys, kind of integrate a whole lot of new, freshmen into a tough NJAC.
Yeah, no, it's extremely helpful. I think we learned that last year later in the season when we started to, come alive late. It kind of made you think about, hey, what could have been if we had that fall to really get everything oiled up and going as the season came. So, yeah, it's great. A lot of new guys, but we didn't miss a beat. We had a heck of a fall season. I think a lot of guys were surprised at how well it went. But yeah, just a lot of positives that came out of that, and really excited to get rocking here in a little bit.
Definitely. And we'll get to that in a second. I want you to talk about some specific guys that, look like ready to the NJAC battles, but wanted to kind of talk about your summer and specifically the end of the summer, because, being from Mercer and being, playing at Waterfront plenty of times, whether it was Legion or high school or things like that. But, you go through the ABCCL season, after your year at TCNJ, do very well during the season, put yourself in a good spot. And, all of a sudden things change pretty quickly those last couple of weeks of the summer season. So give us kind of what happened and where we ended up.
Yeah. I had a good summer. Felt really good playing with the Freehold Clippers, Coach Jerry. Had a really good time and yeah, felt great coming off of it. Season ended and was kind of just on the couch for a few days. And I got a little text on my phone from my hitting coach, Mr. Jeff Manto, kind of just saying, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good." He's like, "You want to come play for the Thunder? What do you think?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" And I woke up from my nap pretty quick, and I was kind of like, "Yeah, I think I'm free. I think I can come do that." And
for everybody,
yeah,
who doesn't know, Jeff was also the manager of the Trenton Thunder's draft league team. In addition to your job as your hitting guru, he ran was the draft league team, which did so well and played most of the year at Ryder, right?
Yeah, they were at Ryder, and I kind of lucked out in that sense too, where right as they were moving over to Trenton Thunder Stadium there, I kind of slipped in. So it was everything really just worked out pretty incredibly for me. Like I said, growing up around here and experiencing, that stadium as a little kid. You're in there getting autographs and like, not knowing who any of the players are, but just like kind of in awe. And then, just within a few days, I was signing a contract and moving my stuff into a locker, and it was pretty incredible, man. It really was like a dream come true walking in, and you're walking past Jeter's jersey and Judge's jersey, and the who's on that wall in there. It was incredible. So it was a kind of a quick thing, and super grateful for that. It was really cool.
Yeah, because when what a lot of people probably don't realize is when you're down there playing as a high school guy, or one of those games, you pretty much are allowed on the field, and
Right.
and that in itself is a great experience. But you're not allowed in any of that inner workings of the stadium. You're not, I guess to go from that, to grow up and go to the park so many times, to really be in the locker room, kind of like you're one of those guys. I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I remember when I first went to bring my stuff, I didn't even know where the clubhouse door was. You know what I mean? That's how new it was for me, even though being there so many times. But to go from that to going in the clubhouse and having my locker, and I really can't say enough good things about the Trenton Thunder staff there. They treated us like we were professionals. I mean, really, it was unbelievable. But to go in there and have that kind of like experience, and then to hey, go use the tunnel if you want it, or here's some food, or go work out, lift, use the field early. We got there around 2:00 every day, and it was kind of just like you're one of the guys. So it was incredible. It was really, really cool.
And what was it like playing for Jeff? I mean, as a guy who had a long major league career, who was a major league coach for a long time. Certainly, if that was the path he chose, you think he could probably still be a manager someday at that level. So, I mean, what was it like for you, that experience, even though it was only a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
But just to be able to, it was cool enough that you worked with him hitting wise, but to say you got to play for him too, right?
Yeah. It was great. He's an incredible guy. Every day there was something new that he would teach us, whether it was something little or like how to sign a ball or something. It was always something little nuanced, but I'll tell you what, he always kept us loose. There was never any pressure. And, being in that experience, it's a pressure filled. I mean, I was nervous going into it, as I'm sure all the guys were, but it's when you talk to him and when he's coaching you, it's no pressure. It's just, let's make you the best player we can. And it's, he offered, I mean, still he's offering me so much to just grow as a player. It was great. I can't say enough good things about him. I really can't.
So you take that now. Did you get a week on the road too?
Yeah. We were down, and before we get to that, I want to tell you a funny story. I got one for you. Another familiar name, I'll name drop, Mr. Nick Houghton. I met up with him my first day there. We were moving in.
Another Sandlot legend.
There you go. Yep. And so we were moving in, and we were that's when they were getting in the clubhouse too. So it was like, wow, but I was searching for a uniform. I had to find a pair of pants, and we were, digging through what was in there and going through the pinstripe pants. And we go through and we find this giant pair of pants and said, who the hell's wearing these? We looked on the tag and it said CC Sabathia. We were like, what? And then soon after that, I was like, I couldn't wear CC's pants. I'm not, maybe in a few years, but digging through again and found another giant pair of pants. I said, oh, these are Aaron Judge's pants, So it was little things like that. It was like we were all trying them on, and they were up to our shoulders. It was incredible. But yeah, little things like that. It was cool. But we got a road trip. Following week, we were down in Frederick, Maryland. A few things turned to switched because of COVID, but we got a week stand in Frederick, and that was awesome too. Really cool
the road trip life.
Yeah. Yep. Hotels and hanging out with the guys. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So incredible experience, right? I mean, that's not something you were expecting going into the summer, although you went through the process of, what the heck, right? See what happens. But how do you take that, or what can you take out of that to bring back to the guys? You're the old man, right? You and Joe Philippe are the old guys, the
Yeah.
fifth year guys on TCNJ this year, on a team with a lot of young guys, whether it was part of Ryan Goodall, Jack Haynes, the freshman class of last year, or a big freshman class this year. So what can you take from that incredible experience to help push the guys along?
Yeah. Well, I mean, from what I've seen and the new guys we have, the first thing I'll say is there's an incredible amount of talent. So as far as teaching the game, there's little things that you can take. Of course, Jeff's his little pieces that he's given to me. Obviously, I'm going to relay them. But for me, and when I speak to younger guys, I've been around a little bit. I always speak about mindset because I've been through a ton of stuff where I probably shouldn't be playing anymore. And it's a lot of things like that. And really what I think is, no matter where you're at, me being the old guy is that nerve kind of feeling I spoke about earlier, originally going there. And like I said, we brought a lot of new guys in. And I think a lot of those new guys will have a lot of experience playing here. So what I can give to them is, hey, come in and be cool. And, you're supposed to be here. There's no need to be nervous. Now you're going to be, and that's normal. But just to be a good leader for them is what I think I can provide the most. Just to be there for them and tell them, like I said, you're here for a reason. That's what I've been told. When I've been in those kind of situations, and from Jeff too. The little nerves, little here and there. Yeah, just be cool. Just go have fun. And I think as far as a leadership role, I think that's the most I can give to them is just to give them a sense of comfort. I think that's the biggest thing, and I think that induces a playing experience that is the best.
Yeah, and that's huge because if you're playing ball in the NJAC, you're good.
Sure.
I mean, it's one of the best, if not the best, D3 conferences in the country. Mm-hmm. And you're a good ball player, and I think for younger guys, it's easy to forget that when you're struggling or the game picks up speed wise, more so than you're used to, or I've got a busy load of classes on top of it too. The midterms or finals, Mm-hmm. So I mean, that experience of having been through it before, that's got to be invaluable. And I'm sure you had guys along the way that, whether it was at Mercer or whether here, that kind of did that for you too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, we have, like I said, on the playing standpoint, we have great coaches and a lot of experience there. Yep. Where things are definitely learned. But yeah, again, I think that's from the standpoint that you're talking about is off the field stuff too. It's really big to have guys in your corner. And that's something at TCNJ that I noticed as soon as I got here. I was like, wow, every guy on this team is for every guy on this team. There's no cliques, there's no hidden agendas. And that's something we're big on. It's really just a team. It really is, on and off the field. And I think it's really big. For us.
So talk about, I'm going to ask you about your experiences along the way, because I know I hear from a lot of, guys who are high school seniors that are still uncommitted and kind of are in a panic almost, which, it's, first of all, it is just no reason to be, but, that, or kind of, everybody's journey is so different that they may get discouraged along the way, something like that. And I thought that your experiences itself would be particularly valuable here, just kind of where you, were and some of the stuff you faced along the way, and to get to hear where you're, fifth year senior, second year captain at a well-respected program, and, ready to graduate and end your college experience with a master's degree.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I guess to start, it's good to go back to my Legion experience. And I guess we were playing, what would we have? Maybe we might have been on our last game or something like that before I committed to Mercer. And I had a few small offers in Maryland, but I kind of wanted to stay close to home. I just wasn't feeling it. I guess. And just I played a game and I was walking back to my car and I remember I think it was Sean O'Boyle or Kenny Zahn yelled to me, "Hey Cody," they were committed to go there, and they said, "Hey Cody, come here real quick." And I was like, "What?" I had my bag and I was packing my car up, heading home. And I was just like, "Hey, what's up?" And like, "Yeah, coach likes you," and it was one of our Mercer coaches, and it was like it just happened really, fast, and it was late, but it was fast. And I think for any guy, I've talked to a few guys who are in that same boat, like you talked about. I think the key is just to keep believing in yourself. Everybody says that, but it really is true. You have to keep going. You can't stop. You can't, say, "Hey, I don't know. I don't think so. It's too late," or whatever. I think it's, if you believe in yourself and you have the talent, and most guys who are in those positions do, I think the key is just to keep going, keep believing in yourself, and just every game you go out there, you hustle and you do your best, and what's meant to be for you will find you. And I've experienced that tenfold. And I can't be more grateful for where I'm at and for what I've came from. Like I said, I think I played 3 years of junior varsity baseball at Steinert. I was on the bench for a while. Like it wasn't. I had plenty of opportunities where I could have been like, what, this isn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's probably done. But I just kept. It kept going, and I have the most supportive parents and brother and family. Who were just like, just keep going, just keep going. I've heard that so many times. What? Hey, let's keep going. And I think, yeah, for any guy who's in that position, just keep at it. Really, you can do it, and it'll find you, no matter how late it is. Mine was probably about as late as you can get. I think it was like,
Yeah.
maybe like within, I think it was like half a month. It was like, "Hey, you want to come try out or whatever?" "Yeah, sure, okay, see you." And look what happened. So,
Yeah.
and I'm still holding to that. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, not even aside from baseball, in school and jobs. It's just baseball teaches you incredible lessons, and I've learned a lot and experienced a bunch, and yeah, just keep at it. That's I'm rambling, but it's something I believe in. Keep at it.
For sure. No, absolutely. And that's great stuff for guys to hear and guys to know and see where it can end up, because, you're ending up in a great place, no matter, where the journey goes from here to finish with the Masters from TCNJ is, a great example of getting something out of your baseball days too, that's tangible, more than just, not that bar stories are bad when you get older. Those are important. But something a little more lasting than that,
Yeah.
So let's talk about this year's TCNJ team, because NJAC battles are brutal, right? You got, you're off your game a little bit any weekend, whether it's Kane or Rowan certainly going to the World Series, or Montclair, on its way back. William Patterson's a tough one.
Oh yeah.
Stockton with Coach Golack now and Coach Lorber before him have kind of grown into a good, solid NJAC program. Ramapo is always good. We're just going right down the list and naming everybody.
Yeah.
There are no easy games, and it's a cliche, but it's true. So who are the guys that get some name drops in and tell us some insight on TCNJ baseball here, and how are the Lions going to compete against all those guys?
Yeah, like I said, well, first of all, like we talked about earlier, having that fall and having guys like Ryan Goodall come back, and Ben Eamons pitching, we have a
good places to start.
Was that?
It's good places to start with those.
Absolutely, yeah. We have so much here to work with, and I think that fall giving us just a short time to say, hey, this is what we got, and and we're excited, rather than coming in and we play in 4 weeks and let's figure it out real quick. That's what it was last year. And for what it was last year, I think it went pretty well for us, though we didn't get to our end goal. For what we had, it was okay. So but like we always say, last year's done. It is what it is. And like I'm very hopeful, and I'm very excited, maybe I should say, from what I've seen. New guys coming in. We have a really good depth in the infield, and not solely at a position or anywhere. It's guys are interchangeable. I think I was at different positions every day. It was really good. Thing to experience after what we've been through. Just really excited to get rolling here in a short while, just to see what this potential can lead to. Yeah.
So you mentioned Ryan, a returning All-American freshman season he put up.
Yeah.
Ben Amon certainly has got some of the nastiest stuff you ever try to hit.
Right.
Some of the young guys, the freshmen that we don't know yet. Anybody, one or two guys that really stood out and everybody.
Yeah. We have new guy Andrew Fernandez. Killed it, man. He came in shortstop, middle guy, but again interchangeable.
Yeah.
Came in, swung it, fielded it. Mike LaGravenis, another guy, speed demon. Just a lot of guys that came in pitching wise. We had a lot of good arms, couple lefties, couple new lefties. Just a lot that makes you hopeful. Tell you what.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, you got to be that's invaluable time, because you got to be ready to go right from the start of conference season, just to be really competitive in that league with everybody being so good.
Definitely. Yeah.
So you've had this crazy road and playing for Coach Giolella at Steinert, and Coach Kearns and Coach Corella, I guess, right? And at Mercer, kind of the last year for one, and the first year as the head coach for the other. And
yep.
Here at TCNJ, so lots of great coaches, winning programs.
Yeah.
Something that you've learned. What's one thing that maybe you've learned along the way, these kind of 5 years, that you wish you could tell, or you 12th grade Chris Cote, or would tell somebody who's in high school now?
Yeah. One thing, and I'll mention his name, is Mr. Rick Freeman, man. He helped me so much. And I guess one thing I've learned from him is loyalty. And just to be loyal to those guys who helped you along the way. Because those are your biggest supporters, your family, and your coaches who brought you up. And I still see some of my little league coaches and stuff, and just loyalty is huge. And those are the people who will have your back. And like I spoke about, as just to keep going and keep trying, those are the people who are always going to be in your corner. So in any walk of life, I think just lessons in loyalty I've learned are invaluable.
Yeah. And for those who don't know or not from Mercer, Rick being the not just Mr. Post 31 Legion, but one of the Giants, statewide, national-wide Legion, World Series Legion coach, longtime college coach in there too. So you really have had the chance to learn from a lot of the best.
Yeah, man. Mr. Freeman, Big Giolella. I've been really fortunate, to say the least. Yeah.
Yep. But we know that's going to be paid for. Already has been starting to pay forward, and I'm pretty sure that you will continue to do so. Chris, we appreciate the time. Chris Cote, one of our favorites, not just for the way that you play on the field, but certainly carry yourself off of it. But you mentioned those interchangeable parts. That's kind of your game anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to stick to it. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Thank you, Walsh. I appreciate it. Thanks for all you're doing. This is awesome. Hope everybody continues to tune in and subscribe and like. And really appreciate it. Thanks for all you're doing for us New Jersey baseball guys. Appreciate it.
I did not pay Chris anything for that, by the way, just in case anybody's wondering. Or at least not that we don't give anybody the idea that we are.
Yeah.
But no, Chris Cote, TCNJ Baseball. We can check him out. Obviously in the spring. Get some games out there, some NJAC battles, and see if we can bring home a championship in your last year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal, man.
Unless there's a secret 6th year we don't know about.
You never know.
All right, Chris.
All right. Thanks so much.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Walsh. Appreciate it.